Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Pre-Match Posh. We've got a lot to cover in this episode. Exeter at home at the weekend, and we are looking towards that game and understanding how we can go about winning it. As always, we are in partnership with PUFC Stickers. If you want your PUFC stickers, you can go to the link in the description and use code BOMM5. That's BOMM5 in abbreviations to get 5% off your sticker orders. So my first question for you guys this evening is obviously is Exeter at home on Saturday. In the reverse fixture, we lost 2-1 and were really was a recipe to our own downfall. How important is this game to kickstart March, considering March is such a colossal month?
Yeah, it's a big one. I mean, we completely imploded at Exeter earlier this last month. It was just a real self-destruct, red card and 2 own goals to lose 2-1 was embarrassing. But that was the way that it was going at the last time. But we've shown some real steel in the last sort of 2 weeks. It's looking up. It's looking good. And as you've mentioned, it's a huge month. But it's a big game. Obviously, they're all big games now. They're all cup finals, and especially at home. So yeah, it's very important.
Caden, obviously Darren Ferguson has mentioned recently in his interview that clean sheets are his priority now. Darren Ferguson seems to think keeping clean sheets might be more important than scoring goals. What are your thoughts on that as a whole?
Well, we have some of the best defenders, or at least centre backs in League One. As the season's gone on, we've got. I would personally say better. It's definitely important. I wouldn't say it's more important than scoring goals because we do struggle to score goals. And in my opinion, as long as we can outscore the opposition, I'm happy with it. I would rather win 4-3 than 1-0 personally as a fan.
Yeah, and Charlie, there's some excellent talent on the pitch on Saturday from both Posh and some Exeter players as well. Is there anyone in particular or group of players that you think are the ones to look out for and could cause Posh or Exeter a lot of trouble?
From an Exeter perspective, it's Mo Isa, I think, is the player to look out for. He's ex-Posh, which is never a good sign. Playing against old players of your club is always dangerous. They always tend to have a good game and to prove themselves at their old stomping ground. And he's done well since he's come in. I think he's scored twice, but in only sort of 2 or 3 starts. So yeah, he's doing well. They had a real goals problem and they've brought him in to try and fix it. And he's proved that he can score goals. So yeah, he's the one to look out for from an Exeter perspective for me.
Yeah, and just from me, Exeter are winless in their last 3, but they look safer from relegation anyway than some of the clubs at the bottom of the table. They sit 8 points above the drop. That could mean for Posh that maybe they aren't scrapping as hard as some of the teams lower down the league, and obviously in the business end of the season where teams look to stay up. They might think that they are safer than most and can sort of use Posh as a leapfrog and sit back and play for a draw, which our team can thrive off. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see tactically where Exeter are at, whether they're going to be on the front foot and aggressive or whether they're going to sit back and hope to play for the draw. Our running looked the easiest out of the big 6, having played Barnsley twice, Derby twice, Stevenage have a trip to us. But the big teams that we've got to play are both home fixtures. Luckily, we've done the away ones, and we have to face Bolton and Portsmouth at home. Do you think that this is our sort of run now to put together, and March can be the kickstarter of that?
March is a very important month for the season. It's a make or break. I think there's still a very slim chance that we can get top 2 at this point, but there is a chance. We've got some tough games coming against some big teams. So yeah, I think it's either automatics or playoffs from this point on now.
Well, then I'll ask you both your score predictions and your first Peterborough United goal scorer.
I think I've gone 3-0 Posh in an article I wrote, so I'll be consistent with my predictions. I think it'll be 3-0 to Peterborough United, and I'd back Joel Randall to score first this weekend if he starts, which I think he should.
I'm going to go 3-1 Posh. I'm not saying I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, but to score a few goals would be brilliant. And first goal scorer, I'll go for Archie Collins.
I'm going to go 2-1 Posh. My first goal scorer for Peterborough United is going to be Malik Mothersill. But that is the end of pretty much Posh for this week. I hope you've all enjoyed, and we will see you all next week when we look towards Northampton at home.